My name is Rocco. I am 10 years old. I live in Venetia, PA. My story is Cryptomnesia, the appearance and consciousness of memory images which are not recognized as such, but which appear as original creations. This is Evanescence Island. It's where all the ideas that were given up on or forgotten go. It's also where I live. My name is Lev, short for levitation. I used to be the idea for flying cars. There's nothing to do on Evanescence Island, and everybody is miserable. It makes being a forgotten idea pretty useless. I still can't believe he didn't make that automatic garbage sorter. It was even more brainless to not invent a machine that drains ink from old paper. I don't even try to have fun anymore. I've already explored all the island, beaten all my video games, and read all of the books I have. But then one day I looked over to the water and wondered, what's out there? I asked everybody on the island, and they all said, I don't know and I don't care. When I didn't get my answers, it made me even more curious. What's out there? I said again. I kept thinking, there's nothing left for me here. Why not find out? So I got a boat and packed my things. I went to bed and had dreams of sailing off in the morning. I woke up and hopped in the boat. I sailed for 7 hours. Eventually, I saw land. It was much bigger than Evanescence Island. I became intrigued and sailed to shore. I walked around and finally found someone. I asked her, where am I? She replied, why, we're in New York. She was blind and couldn't see that she was talking to a little cloud. I then realized one of my friends back at home used to be an idea to help blind people. That got me thinking, what if I find the guy who tried to invent flying cars? I kept walking around, looking through windows, and then I found a house that had a crumpled up blueprint in the trash can. I crawled through the window and picked up the blueprint. Sure enough, there were plans for flying cars. This has got to be him, I said, and decided that it would be a great invention if it was real. Suddenly, the door swung open and I looked behind me. What I saw was an exhausted man in a suit. He looked at me, then said, what? Who? I replied, I'm a forgotten idea. Yours, I believe. I showed him the blueprints, hoping he would let me help him. It's possible. No, it isn't. You and me both know it. It won't work. Every time I try, I end up failing. Then I'll help you. Really? After convincing him, he finally agreed that he would try again. Our plan was to build a working flying car. Then we would get it patented. But first, I realized that we weren't properly introduced, and I said, my name is Lev, and he said, my name is Cody. After we got acquainted, we started building. It took many tries, but we didn't give up. We finished and went to the patent office. They loved the invention and admired that we had a working prototype. We even sold a few and used the money to rent a plane to get to Evanescence Island. We decided that we'd go back and tell the ideas that they could serve their purpose and help other humans create their inventions. We can fly back to the world, and each of us can find our inventors, encourage them to continue their creations, and make the world more productive. Who's with us? Me! Then we went back to New York with all the ideas, and eventually they found their inventors. We showed the world that there's good in every idea, but to make the best of it, you always need to work hard as a team. The end.